Hi gang, Donna here. Today I am doing a follow-up to my chemo journey video. I did that video on July 12th and I was all dolled up and everything, but it was kind of important that I do this one today. At the time, I was going to have my next chemo treatment in 2 weeks, but everything got delayed and I ended up having to push back my chemo by a week because during that last treatment, which is something we don't really talk about often, I don't believe, is I had a really bad bout of exhaustion. I went and got fluid because they give me IV fluid. And on that day that I had my blood work done, I went into something they call neutropenia, which means that my blood work, not only my red blood cells were low, which is normal, and platelets were low, my white blood count went down. So I had suffered from that last treatment of like 2, 3 weeks of exhaustion. And I was so exhausted that I was having to be pushed in a wheelchair to get to where I needed to be to my appointments. Because walking would seriously exhaust me. So I talked to my doctor the day I was supposed to have chemo for my last treatment, and he said, no, we're going to push it back. He agreed with me, even though my blood work had come back where it was a little bit higher. We agreed to push it back and that we would cut the dose a little bit. So I finally had my last chemo treatment Thursday of this week, and so I'm 2 days out. You can see some of the red here. Normally, what happens, which I don't know that I really talked about in the last video, is your body reacts. So you get this flushing of your face where your face feels like it's on fire, and you can put lotion on it, and it helps a little bit, but your face just feels like it's burning up. That usually lasts for about 2 to 3 days. The next fun thing that happens is you can have problems swallowing, and it's not all food, and it's not it has you have to eat soft food because otherwise, like if you eat something where you have to chew when it gets stuck, then you feel like you want to gag because you're not hydrated enough. Your mouth is not moist enough. And I know people hate that word, but that's the fact. So you have to watch what you eat then, and that usually lasts. Normally, it's only lasted that evening. Today, this time it's lasted. I had a problem yesterday. I don't know about today yet. So hopefully that will pass. Now, that could be because this time, usually they give Benadryl when you do your chemo, and Benadryl exhausts you. So I didn't take the Benadryl this time, and maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Then let's see what else has gone on. This time I'm tired, but it's not as bad because we have reduced it. And there's some of the normal other issues, the bathroom issues and whatnot. So there's certain things that you have to be aware of. And you're not sure if it's the chemo or if it's something else going on because there are issues with incontinence, incontinence, and there are issues with bowel movements. Not that I'm going to go into any detail, I'm just putting that out there. As a chemo patient, there's a whole whirlwind of stuff that's going to happen and you're not sure. And it's going to affect everybody differently. I'm happy to say that I'm on the other side of chemo. I have a CT this week to see if I'm cancer free, which fingers crossed I am. But it's been a journey. I fortunately did not lose all of my eyebrows. I mean, this is me, no makeup or anything. My hair, I still have some hair on my head. Lost hair in other places. I mean, you don't have to shave your armpits anymore. Um, but for me, it's been a long journey, and I'm glad it's through the chemo part because I don't know that I could keep doing it. And people are like, "Oh, you're a champion." In all honesty, this last treatment, I really, because the chemo had started going to where it was in my joints and it was in my bones and it hurt to move. And even doing something as simple as a shower was exhausting. And before I went to chemo last week, because I started rallying, this was taking that week off gave me a point of rallying where I was healthy. I felt good. Well, I didn't feel 100% good, but my energy had come back. And the day of chemo, I was able to take a shower and not just feel totally wiped out afterwards because that's been a battle when you're exhausted. And I know anybody that's been sick knows this, whether it's even with the flu. You feel really good afterwards because you feel clean, but the actual process of taking that shower and moving around can wipe you out completely if you have no energy. So you start to appreciate these smaller things. I was able to actually fix a dinner besides it being a quesadilla and the quesadilla maker. So it's kind of important that when you're going through chemo, be gentle with yourself and just keep pushing. Because, like I said, I was ready to give up. I was ready to skip this last treatment, but working with the doctor, coming to an agreement on what we were going to do, and allowing me to have that extra week made a hell of a lot of difference. So, talk to your provider if you have concerns and let them know what's going on with you because it's important. And normally the side effects will pass within 1 to 2 weeks as long as your blood work's going okay. And eventually you'll get your energy back and you'll get your life back. And that's where I'm at. I'm hoping that come next week, I will get the all clear and know that I can start moving on with my life and be past this. Will cancer always be in my purview? Yeah, there's always a possibility it could come back. But if I take time for me and do the right things, then it'll be okay. The biggest problem is that you want to lose weight because you're nauseous anyway. So you're like, I really don't want to eat, but you have to force yourself to eat because the ramifications of that, if you don't, you can end up getting a wasting disease and that can kill you. And I lost a friend that way. So if you're going through this journey, I applaud you. Keep going. And yeah, I'll keep making updates just in case you're curious. But the one good thing that did come out of this was even though I was exhausted, I did manage to write a lot for like in 2 weeks. I wrote a lot in 2 weeks, and that was an amazing thing. I did cancel my podcast I was supposed to record and stuff, but you have to know what is good for you. And part of my healing was writing. So, on that note, I hope you guys have a great day. For those who are battling cancer, more power to you and great healing to you. And I'll catch you another time. Bye, guys.